Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for February 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for February 2025. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Also, just to remind you, I've just opened a competition for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know for the month ahead, 2025, February? What is in store for my beautiful Scorpio? Can you please show them the way? Well, we're officially in Aquarius season, and this month encourages you to tap into your free spirit and also into your inner rebel, to try new things, embrace your individuality, be more flamboyant, and discover what really makes you unique. You may feel a strong desire to connect with others this month, be more sociable, involve yourself in the community more, or fill your diary with new events and experiences. Maybe even jump into training for a charitable event or organize giving back to the community in some way. Aquarius season asks you to be open to the alternative, so you might experiment with new recipes, watch independent theater or cinema, feel inclined to catch a really out there art exhibition, seek out experimental documentaries or books on the unknown. Maybe even try a new look or style, or expand your knowledge with higher learning. It's really time to embrace the unfamiliar. This is also a month where your genius comes forward with flashes of insight and eureka moments as you innovate all aspects of your life, challenge the status quo, and find fresh new pathways to complement any routines or responsibilities that you have to adhere to. Because, hey, that's life. We gotta do what we gotta do, of course, but this month adds extra creative flair, a spring in your step, and a desire to shake things up a little bit. If you don't know it by now, February reminds you that you are fabulous. February is often associated with a very commercialized day of romance, but whether you're in a relationship or not, this season really dials up the desire to romance your life a little bit more, as Venus, the planet of unconditional love, offers an extra dreamy feel as it cozies up to Neptune. Now, it's a perfect time to have a heartfelt conversation with those you care about, strengthen friendships, relationships, and most importantly, deepen the connection with self. You may feel compelled to book a date night with yourself this month and do something really special to remind you that you've come a long way. Give yourself permission to celebrate the wonderful you. Now, the most exciting planetary shift this month is Jupiter, which is stationing direct. And of course, in doing so, it shines its benevolence upon us once more with rays of good luck and, of course, prosperity, abundance. If you've been really receiving tough lessons that you didn't ask for in the last couple of months or years, or not seeing results, feeling defeated or deflated, or even submerged in a deeply reflective growth period, it may have been that Jupiter and Mars have been retrograding. But finally, the light is at the end of the tunnel, and it will appear on the 4th of February as Jupiter expands opportunity, curiosity, good fortune, and most importantly, sets you up to receive the rewards for all of your hard work, especially since Aldebaran, the star of wealth and good fortune, supports Jupiter's pivot. Now, Mars turns direct on the 23rd of February, which increases your energy, motivation, passion, and ambition. Productivity will reach a climactic level. It's a great time to manifest and make life happen for you. The North Node conjuncts Neptune in the sign of Pisces as well, and this emphasizes the call to experience the unfamiliar. Expect very vivid dreams and original ideas. And on a global scale, please fast forward this part if you really don't want to hear it, we could see a bit of a wobble in the stock market, or at least an honest assessment of how things really are underneath the surface bluster. This may actually indicate an up-and-coming market correction as well. This North Node can deliver a rude awakening when partnering up with Neptune, because it literally bursts the bubbles of illusion, especially when printing money out of thin air to float economies on hollow foundations. And when we reach March and April, Saturn can offer this strict correction, and it really brings reality to the surface with a bump. Now, the majority of the planets are hanging out in water signs this month, with the grounding of Earth being absent. So we may actually see some water-related events occurring around the world. In particular, you know, that underwater volcano that I keep seeing in my visions may make a bit of a rumble during this month. And also, as there are a lack of planets positioned in Earth signs, this can shake things up seismically and cause plates to shift on a larger scale. The Earth, of course, it moves all the time, but the planets this month could destabilize a major fault line. With Uranus and Neptune energy running the show this month as well, expect the unexpected, especially the weird and the questionable as well, because Pluto continues to reveal corruption. I would say expect confirmation of what you intuitively already know is going on behind the scenes. Exposés will continue across the board. Now, Mercury, the 7th planet to join the planetary parade, will occur on the 28th of February, creating a beautiful arc across the sky. On a personal level, it offers a shift, a solidarity that all you strive for is somehow coming together. And the moon makes a glorious alignment with Jupiter, making this month a perfect time to manifest and muscle in on better luck. Plus, dreamy Neptune and Pisces could reveal a secret admirer. Now, ultimately, it's a great month to follow your heart and know that the universe also has your back and supports you in all that you wish to achieve. I'm just going to put all your cards into the upright because I'm only taking the upright in the decks there. But your first card is the transformation card. I mean, when is it never transformation, my beautiful Scorpio? The one thing that you have learned is constant in this lifetime is change, and you are flexible to be able to move through these challenges or changes. You know, the death card indicates, you know, a new beginning. So it could literally be the new month that you are working really hard, you're keeping stable in an ever-changing environment. Six of Pentacles indicates that you are trying to create peace and harmony and that you are keeping life running smoothly. We also have a Tower here, okay? So a lot of restructuring energy going on. So I would say that some of you are kind of like restructuring your wardrobe. For some of you, it could also be that you're decluttering, downsizing things. It could be that you are actually, you know, transforming your environment in some way, because this is your protagonist energy. Whenever you have a Tower, which is really rare for a Scorpio reading not to have a Tower, but that Tower can indicate that you are a tower of power and actually that you are, you know, standing out from the crowd in some way. But also it could be that something has come to a pinnacle point where it's time for change. Okay, so it could be that you've been stuck in a routine or stuck in a rut. Maybe some of you have started to slip back into an old pattern since last year. It could be that January you're on top of things, but also it could be that you feel that you haven't quite created something or really kind of like broken free from a cycle, but February is the month to do that finally. So it really is all change for you. You know, the death card signals and heralds a new beginning. So it can indicate that you're closing a chapter of your life, something that perhaps has played out in your life for a long time. Maybe it's a cycle with a person or a relationship with an environment or a substance that you feel, you know what, it really is time. If I don't cut it out now, it's now or never. So some of you, there is this critical point where you're like, enough. You're drawing a line in the sand. And with this death card, you know, something doesn't really end. It could indicate that you have really like disconnected from something, but you're transferring your attention or your energy into something else. So it's a transition period towards something greater. You know, the Death card, it highlights that you are breaking old habits. You're not allowing, you know, temptation to rule your energy. So I feel a lot of you could be working really hard as well and coming up for air this month, especially since you have your 10th house of ambition. It's influencing you, which means, you know, you feel more energy, more drive, more motivation to get projects finished and your tasks done. So this card can literally mean anything you start, you finish. You're on top of your goals, your dreams, any documents, administrative tasks, maybe even cleaning house. For a lot of you, it could be that you are decluttering. It could be that you're finally getting into that closet or that cupboard and rearranging things or organizing things or throwing stuff out that perhaps you don't need anymore, or even selling pre-loved goods online in order to, you know, replenish your pocket, for example. So I feel a lot of you are doing kind of like tasks and responsibilities like that at this moment. But also the 10th house, it indicates that if you're in business, you'll elevate. You'll really make your mark in any part of the world that you want to establish your reputation in. As you can see, this figure is going to the top. The butterfly represents a period of coming out of a dormancy. So it could be that you've been feeling a little bit like dormant in your energy. It feels like you're reconnecting to a part of yourself, and it feels like you are revamping or arriving in a position. So what I mean by that is, like, you may draw a little bit more attention to yourself this month, like promote your work or be more sociable or step into the spotlight for something. And I feel this is about you having great ideas and indicating that you are destined for the top. Your reputation is increasing, especially if you're in a business or a career there. Now, on a general kind of level, you'll be more organized and focused to hit your targets, whatever they may be. So I feel this is you kind of like being really focused and going above and beyond for whatever it is that you want to accomplish. You know, I don't see any devil card energy here, so I feel you are releasing this obsessive energy to get something done and just being super organized and being in the flow of making sure that whatever it is you are trying to accomplish, it becomes your reality. Also, with the Death card energy, there's like a resurrection of your energy or rebirth, and I feel this is you like rebirthing. For a lot of you with that Tower, it could be that you've been in a solitary energy for some time. You know, I almost mistook this card for the Hermit. I do feel Hermit energy in your reading, and I can see there actually it's there, okay? But I just get this energy that some of you perhaps have been in Hermit mode or have been withdrawn or operating under the radar regarding life or something in particular, and it can be that now you are wanting to reconnect. Six of Pentacles indicates an integration, connecting with like-minded people, perhaps spending your time split between being on your own, being self-sufficient, and, you know, limiting distractions in order to get projects done, but also finding time to go out there and have more fun, especially since your 5th house is governing you at the end of the month. Now, that's all about the pursuit of pleasure. It's about letting your hair down. It's about, of course, having fun, accepting invitations, coming out of your comfort zone to seek more excitement. You know, some of you are going to really submerge yourself in a hobby or a creative endeavor this month, and it is something that could eventually become a business if you're looking to perhaps sell your work. Maybe it's something creative that you're doing. For some of you as well, with the Death card there and the Empress, it can indicate that you've matured to a certain position where you're either thinking about retirement or you are retired, and it can indicate that you're splitting your time with family. You have that 10 of Pentacles there, but also you're focusing on your soul tribe. Your alone time is enriched this month because you're not just spending time alone, like pooling around and doing things that are like connected to the home space. A lot of you are doing something that is more kind of flamboyant or more exciting, like more spontaneous. So you could book a course of learning, or it could be a hobby or something that you've been curious about for some time and suddenly you decide to do it. But also for some of you, you may even go off and travel on your own per se, but I feel somehow it's connected to a group of people. So it could be that you are going on your own without your friends and family, but you're joining some sort of like vacational kind of group. So it could be that there's like a walking tour or, you know, a cruise, for example, or, you know, a certain bracket of age of people going out there, you know, like a 60s to 80s kind of vacation, or maybe a singles vacation, or perhaps it's a couples vacation. Please take it as it resonates. I feel like you could be doing something that's just a little bit different, but meeting new people is what I see there too. Now, of course, this is the transformation card, so a lot of you are transforming your life. This could be literally your diet, exercise routines, your environment, your job, a different approach to whatever it is that you're doing. I feel like you just want to keep things fresh. Of course, you're going to maintain the status quo. You have the World card there, so that tells me you're going to be on top of your goals, and you have something that, of course, you typically do as a routine. You're still going to do that, but also I feel that you are looking for a little bit more spontaneity with that Fool card, or you're looking for fresh new things, new experiences to have. And that Six of Pentacles can indicate that, of course, financially, I mean, looking at your finances, I feel like you got more than you expect at the end of the month. You know, you start with the Six of Pentacles there, you go to the Nine of Pentacles to be financially independent and self-sufficient there, and we've got the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like you're making some really good financial decisions for you and your family. A lot of you, this is about budgeting, so it could be that you're transforming the way that you either move money around or what you spend your finances on. Could be that you are transforming how you have a relationship with money, releasing money blocks, for example. But that Six of Pentacles indicates give and take, you know, the law of kind of like cause and effect, as it were. So it means, of course, if you are treating yourself, quality over quantity, very important. But I also feel that it could be that you find things at a better deal, because this can be to shop around, you know, that there's more money in your pocket there. But also this card, you know, Six of Coins, it basically indicates that you're very generous. And I feel that you may have helped transform someone's life in the past. You may hear from this person in the month of February that says, hey, you may not remember it, but many years ago or many months ago, you gave me a piece of information or some advice, or you helped me out financially, and I just want to return the favor. Someone wants to return the favor to you in the month of February. Now, it could be that they have a piece of information or advice to give you, perhaps, or maybe they are repaying some debt if they owed you some money. For some of you, my beautiful Scorpio, you may be repaying a debt, or you may be paying up some money that you owe on something, because I feel you are transforming your finances. But I feel more than anything, this is about you revamping your life, trying to create a level of simplicity, but also having variety in all aspects of your life. You know, like ingredients, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know, it creates a wonderful you know, soup or casserole, for example, and it's like you making sure that you get the best out of everything there as well. Now, Six of Pentacles also indicates the universe wants to send you a little surprise this month. I'm getting two energies. One is actually a surprise from the universe, something that perhaps you have been trying really hard to change or transform. Doesn't have to be financially related. It can be something on the material plane, though. Something that perhaps you've been transforming, maybe an idea, it becomes your reality. It gets launched for some of you, and this could bring in a steady second stream of income for some of you. This could be that you have been spreading yourself thin recently, but it's been worth it because it all starts to come to fruition in February there for you. For some of you, it is that you're transforming, you know, your exercise routine. It could be that you got to a certain plateau in something and you realize that you have to change it. So, for example, if you always hit the gym and you do a certain exercise on your arms, you may have noticed that it's making a difference, but then it stops because the body is getting used to it and says, try something else. So you have to just try a different exercise in order to locate a different muscle in order to work that. So the body doesn't get used to something. I feel that's the same across the board. You know, has someone got really used to your generosity and now you feel it's expected, or you feel that perhaps you have to erect a healthier boundary because people are expecting something that you've been giving them all of the time and then stepping back and allowing you to keep giving and giving and giving. I feel like some of you are erecting a healthier boundary this month to say, actually, I'm shaking things up a little bit. You may remove something that perhaps you've been giving a lot of recently and feeling like there's no return. Not because you're being selfish, but the tower indicates that you feel that higher frequencies are occurring right now and you need to transform. It could be that you feel this healthier boundary you need to erect. It may shock some people. It may shock a person, for example, or an establishment or an environment, and you feel enough is enough. But it shows your strength to say, don't take advantage of my kindness, especially since the Six of Pentacles can indicate that you tend to be an overgiver, especially when it comes to the people who are the closest with you. And I don't ever see them taking advantage of your wonderful kindness, but I do feel that if something has been like a cycle of repeat, you may kind of like withdraw it briefly so people just don't expect it or take advantage of it, okay? Now also this Six of Pentacles, I'm getting strong energy from this about accomplishment. I'm getting financial stability energy here, creating a financial foundation, but also I feel this is, it's a little bit of a mindfulness card about, beware of giving out more than you're getting. So a lot of you may be looking at reciprocity in your friendships, your working environments, in your environment. It could also be that you planted seeds, literally, if you're growing your own food or your garden, for example, and some of you are seeing some steady growth on some things, but others, it may be that you see some unseasonal growth in something that you planted and you're like, whoa, that grew quicker. It's not normally out this time of year. So it could be a measure of the environment and how it's been changing. So that's coming out there as well. Now, the Tower, as your protagonist energy, it basically indicates that you are experiencing higher frequencies, which means you're shattering illusions. It means that you're also taking accountability for your life and you're not, misstepping or misleading yourself with fantasy, for example, because we have Neptune very active in February, which can give us all a little bit of a daydream, right? And I feel like you're not about the daydream. I feel like you've done all the thought forms. I feel like you've got the vision, and now you are either rebuilding something or you are, kind of coming out of a comfort zone in order to make stuff happen, shall we say. The Tower can also indicate that some of you are literally coming out of the house or out of your comfort zone on something. You feel it's time because you may have felt that you got into a level in your life where you're comfortable. And comfortable is nice. We all strive for comfortable, but has it tipped over into complacency? Have you become a little bit bored or a little bit stuck in something that was once comfortable? Because sometimes we build like a sanctuary for ourselves. We're like, oh, this is nice. I've eradicated drama. I feel peaceful here. But then you're like, okay, so what should I do? So I feel this is about you kind of like feeling that you need to keep things fresh and alive and get out there a little bit more. The Tower can also indicate that, especially with the Death card there could be some changes this month in some area of your life, which has the potential to cause chaos, but that Six of Pentacles tells me you're very measured in your approach to it and that you dominate it, you're on top of things, and it really doesn't phase you, okay? Because you tend to be very flexible anyway. You always find a way. But for some of you, if you have gone through some sort of shock before you've come to this reading, or something kind of radically transformed your life in some way, this is the month to recalibrate and rebuild. Okay, so I definitely see here that you will find people who want to help. So if it's something that perhaps has really challenged you and really tried to tear you down, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love, whatever it is that you're going through. It could have been a real shock, that it was almost like something pulled the carpet from underneath your feet and you're just trying to like recalibrate. But I do see with that Six of Pentacles, you have people around you who can and want to actually be a support system for you. And I feel you are someone with that Nine of Pentacles, you're self-sufficient, you tend to not really share all the difficult things that you're going through because you don't really want to burden. This is what the energy I'm being given, and I'm a Scorpio, so I kind of understand that too. You don't really burden other people with, your worries or your problems, but actually you're not burdening them. They actually want to be there for you. It actually creates a deeper bond and connection when you ask for like advice, or where you say, hey, look, this is what I'm going through. I'm sorry that I've been a little bit distant or a little bit off grid. I feel, you don't have to kind of explain yourself, but I feel once you kind of open up a little bit more, because some of you, you've promised yourself to be a little bit more open this year, I feel you'll find that people gravitate towards you and really want to be there for you. But for some of you, I really feel in your silence, if some of you have been a little bit silent recently and disconnected from your friends, I feel the true measure of friendship is the people who hear your silence, okay? And I feel there are a couple of people who may have reached out or tried to kind of like send you kind of like jokes or reels or something that kind of highlights, look, I'm here, I know you're silent, but I'm still reaching out, I'm still letting you know. And I feel this is a measure of true friendship. Also, I get an energy here that you may actually have a friend who's gone a little bit silent or a little bit off grid, and I feel you reaching out because you've been there. You know that. It's a signal, and you're saying, hey, I'm here. I hear your silence, and I really feel it integrates you both together, and you have a stronger than ever bond. This could also be with a partner. If you feel your partner's gone a little bit silent or a little bit distant, there's nothing untoward here. I want you to be aware of that, but I do see here that they have a lot on their mind, and they're dealing with it in a very deep and philosophical way. But just knowing that you've noticed and that you're there as a support network is really going to deepen your bond, okay? Without forcing the issue. Eventually, this person's going to open up. They're going to tell you everything. This person's not keeping a secret. I want you to be aware of that. I feel like they're just kind of like a little bit reserved this month, but they will open up a little bit more, is what I see there, okay? Now, of course, this is a very creative time for you. On a personal level, my beautiful Scorpio, you're going to be connecting to creative projects. Also, I feel it's a perfect time to find love. If you are looking for love, we have a full card here. We have the Ten of Pentacles, and we also have the Hierophant. The Empress energy tells me, and this is not a gender-specific reading, it tells me, though, that you are very attractive and you will draw attention to yourself, not on purpose. I feel like people notice you, you're turning heads, but also I see there's someone who wants to make you their forever person, someone for keeps. This person, if you're traveling, you may meet this person traveling, or it could be that you're going to an event, because I see invitation here for you. Some of you may actually go to an invitation or something that you may pay for, okay, or maybe it's a pool of you all paying for something and going to an event, and there's a strong potential for you to meet a person that really has a lot in common with you. And I feel this person, they actually get on really well with animals. That's a true measure of a person. When animals really love you, you know that you've got a good egg there. So I feel this person, it's going to be like a very kind of like intense philosophical relationship where this person wants to get to know you first. They don't want to fast track it. I feel like they respect you and they really want a traditional high level commitment. So if you're looking for love, I feel there's a strong potential, but it involves an invitation is what I see there. Now, moving away from energy, of course, if you're in a high level commitment already, your partner may actually discuss renewing your vows, okay? So I see that there. They may even book a little kind of like getaway, because the Hermit can be to squirrel away together. You know, I feel you and your partner, it could be that you discuss this renewing vows on a little quick getaway or vacation for some of you. That's coming through there as well. I feel this is something your partner has already paid for. So it could be a nice little surprise there. That maybe is what the Tower is about. Perhaps someone you have close to you, especially if you're in a high level commitment, surprises you this month, and you know, there's a little getaway there, and they just really want to invest in, you know, date time or me time. If you have a family, it could be that also your partner kind of like connects to family members and asks if they can like either child mind, or perhaps, you know, whether your children can go and stay with them whilst you have a little bit of a date time for you. Okay, so that's nice there as well. Now, of course, for the majority of you, this World card indicates that you're going to be in the right place at the right time to meet reward or opportunity this month. There is a potential for a new start. Okay, we've got the Fool card there. So I feel with the Death card signaling the end of something, I feel you're transitioning towards something greater, a new opportunity. For some of you, this could be a new job. For some of you, you know, you're going solo. Could be that you're setting up your own practice, structuring your own company. It's going to bring in a lot of reward there. Also, I feel an energy of promotion. There's a standalone position here, but it's really interesting because the World card is in the Resistance position. So it kind of tells me it's in the works. So perhaps it's something that you are made aware of, you know, it hasn't reached its full potential yet. The Fool card is in the resistance position. It's like it's not prepared yet, okay? But it is something that will be coming towards you. And I feel like you're being set up for more money. But a lot of you, it's more that you work really hard for your finances and you are, you know, basically investing in self and looking at your budgets and savings plans and transforming your wealth, okay? Because I've got a lot of energy of generational wealth here for you. So this could be that if you're an entrepreneur already, you're diversifying your projects. Some of you may even be thinking about overseas links or, you know, migrating your business, for example. This may be something that perhaps you haven't fully formulated yet as a plan, but it's something that's on your mind, but it will happen for you. And I feel this could be, you know, something that's very lucrative. But I would say get good advice with structures, because there is a potential to misstep, especially since we've got the Fool card there, okay? And this Fool card in particular is misstepping, okay? Potential to, you know, make a wrong move there. But we've got the Dog, which is all about instincts. So this can indicate that, you know, use your intuition, but also get good advice. The Hierophant is an advice card, especially from someone who's in a position of authority to give that advice, someone who's qualified to do so, okay? Now, moving away from that, the World card, it indicates abundance, success, and something coming full circle for you. I also feel here that a lot of you are closing out a period where you've been learning a lot of lessons, okay? I feel like there is an energy of, for some of you, not all of you, I'm going to pull a card on it because there's unfinished business here. And because we have this energy of a Fool energy, it could be that someone, especially since it's in the resistance position, you may have been connected to someone in the past that you feel wasted your time or dangled a carrot, perhaps. And, you know, when this person comes into your life, there's scattered energy. I mean, this person really has the potential to kind of come in just before Valentine's Day. I would say the 9th or the 10th. Okay, it could be before. And it could be like, hey, what you up to for Valentine's Day? Or, I mean, for some of you, it may be after, but I'm actually getting before Valentine's Day for the majority of you. So I have to give you what I can see there. Let me just pull a card on this person. I mean, I don't really like to talk about the past. Oof, 7 of Swords. This person may have ghosted you. Okay, 7 of Swords is there. So this person may have promised the world, delivered nothing. Maybe that's why the World is in the resistance position. They were not emotionally available to offer you what you truly deserve in love. We've got the 4 of Swords. This person left you alone or left you like single and kind of like stepping away from love briefly because you felt your trust had been broken. But the 10 of Pentacles is here. So for some of you, this person, they may come on in. This is quite cool, actually. Thanks so much. I'm so grateful. And I hope this doesn't happen to anybody, actually. But I feel you had a lucky escape from this person. If this is you, I'm picking up a very small percentage of some of you hearing that this person is invested in a new relationship or married or, you know, really committed to somebody else, okay? But they may say something like, you know, I always thought about marrying you, or I wish it was you, but that person didn't show you action. They didn't show you that they really wanted it to be you. This person is in their ego and they want to be loved by everybody. So just watch out for this, okay? 7 of Swords indicates it will go the same way. 4 of Swords indicates that you'll be left kind of like, I actually feel like a lot of you are investing in yourself and your family right now, and you're actually not about this person, but they could kind of try to reconnect. And for some of you, it could also be that you hear from an independent person who really isn't your friend or theirs. It feels like there's an acquaintance energy, or perhaps you see this on social media, third-party energy, where you see that an ex has actually kind of like gotten engaged or married, for example. And this may shock you, okay? But actually, I see that you're transitioning towards someone greater than the person could offer you in a relationship. So I feel like, you know, who and what is meant for you will never pass you by. But it may kind of like leave a little bruise on your heart there, okay? But I feel it's the bruise on a memory of your heart, you know, the ghosts of the past. I feel like you're way over this, but it may just kind of set you thinking, what if? But there was no what if, because this person was emotionally unavailable, and actually they tend to run away from their feelings. And I feel for some of you, you know, you will hear in time that the relationship is pretty much emotionally avoidant still, with someone else. So it's just that they are just transferring their like avoidance and reluctance to go into a deep relationship on someone else. So yeah, I feel like you had a lucky escape. That's coming through there. Let me see what else there. Now, if I take it away from the energy that I'm being given with it and tap into another stream of energy that's coming with this, I mean, the Seven of Swords is giving me a strong vibe of independence. I mean, this card can often get misunderstood. Yes, it can be connected to like a betrayal, okay? And I already gave you this energy of someone taking your kindness for granted in some way, and I feel like you're kind of like rectifying that. But for some of you, I feel this more than anything is about you marching to the beat of your own drum or restructuring your life and doing something different that everybody is a little bit shocked about. But also I'm getting strong vibes from this card of you kind of like making an informed and important decision on something, and that you need to plan carefully to avoid a misstep. Okay, so that's coming through there. Look at all the details. I mean, Scorpio, you're the investigator of the zodiac, so you rarely leave any stone unturned. But I feel there could be something that perhaps you'll discover as a solution or an answer when you take some time away from it, or when you take some quiet time. It's like you got all the facts, right? But there may be something that either you're missing, because this can be if you rush. For example, you miss something and you have to return to it. But it's like, those thoughts when you're mulling over just before bed, when you're really thinking about it, okay, I've got all the information, this is great, I'm just going through everything, and then suddenly you're like, hang on a minute, what about that? I didn't think about that. You're going to have one of those moments where suddenly you're up and you're like looking, investigating, researching something, and you're going to find what you're looking for is what I'm being given, but it actually helps you. So for a lot of you, it could be on property. Okay, Ten of Pentacles can be like real estate. For example, if you're about to purchase a home, you could have a question mark over something, or you could be like, okay, everything looks great. But then there's something, a little niggle that you're like, okay. And then suddenly you realize what it is and you discover it. And it just helps you when it comes to your bargaining power, when you're either offering or, deciding whether to walk away from something. Ten of Pentacles can also indicate for some of you, not all of you, but this is coming through. If you've had a bereavement in your family, I feel it's not directly related to you. I feel it's kind of like a little bit outside of yourself. Not immediate family is what I'm being given. I got to be honest with the energy I'm being given. Firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, because even when it's not immediate family, it still hurts. So I'm sending you so much love and so much, hugs out there. But this is something that if you've come to this reading, you've already experienced. I want you to be aware, I don't see anything like this happening in the month of February. It's something that you've already experienced. So if you haven't experienced it, don't be worried that this is going to happen, but this is coming out. Some of you may discover a family secret because of this. So it could be related to money, could be related to like the person having like a secret stash, or perhaps it's, there's some sort of drama or information that comes that perhaps makes you see a person in a new light. Okay, so that's coming out there. So it's like a little family secret coming to light in February. So yeah, but I feel somehow it doesn't directly impact you is what I'm being given there as well. The fact that the Ten of Pentacles has come out twice for you, this is a big month for family responsibilities, for investing in yourself, but also increasing your wealth, okay? And of course, this could represent like inheritance. So I want you to be aware that, if you're listening to the will or estate of somebody, there could be some surprises in that. And I feel it could set the cat amongst the pigeons a little bit, but everything will be resolved as it should be. Now, of course, this card is about integration. So if you have not been getting out there having fun, this is a period where February, you're out there being a little bit more spontaneous, especially since we have the Fool card. You've got a lot of ending and beginning cards. So this can indicate this month has full potential for you to embrace your inner child, really be open-hearted and, be a little bit silly and joyful and excitable, shall we say. So I feel this is about you seeking fun and being playful with that inner child. Some of you may also, I'm being given this energy of adopt a pet this month, or perhaps a pet will adopt you, is what I'm being given there. But also, the Fool card can be fresh new ideas and a fresh new start, launching something, but you're not going into it blindly, okay, because the card is in the resistance position. So I feel a lot of you are doing your due diligence and you've taken a long time to ruminate on something before launching it. It's going to be very lucrative, especially if you're an entrepreneur or you're launching an entrepreneurship, setting up your own business, going solo, or if you are like diversifying. A lot of you could be having international links. Something you do is seen by the general public, but also seen by the world. Could go viral, or it could be that you have a product or services that gets shipped overseas in some way, and you find a really great deal that kind of like brings greater returns financially for you there as well. But also on a more sort of like basic level, for a lot of you, this could be a month where, you know, there's lots of expiry dates. The death card can be the end of a contract or a subscription or a service provider or an agreement. And it can be that you're looking at renewals, because the death card can be renewal of energy, renewal of contracts. It could be that you're looking at subscriptions that you don't utilize anymore. Some of you may find new subscriptions for a better deal, or service providers for a better deal. This could be a month where you're looking at contracts, insurance, for example, you know. So some of you, and this is not all of you, of course, but some of you may have come into some money, or you may actually be looking at, you know, writing a will, for example, thinking about your legacy and thinking about your estate and getting things clear, your intentions of, you know, what you have and what you want to pass on later on in life, for example. So that's coming through there as well. But the Fool card, I feel this is a very playful time for you, where you want to be a little bit more spontaneous. And some of you may literally book a vacation in the month of February. If you haven't done it already, you may actually book it, or you may actually go on it in February as well. And this may be impromptu. So it may be a sudden transformation where you're like, let's do a little weekend away, or let's suddenly, you know, go to a destination we've never been to before. Because the World card can be, of course, overseas travel. Fool card is like new. You've never been there before. But also, I would say some of you may be thinking about where you feel like you belong. You may be thinking about migrating, going overseas, or looking at property abroad, for example. Some of you may be thinking about migrating a business, or you may be thinking about being more nomadic when you're working. If you're retired, it could be that you want to purchase property abroad, or set yourself up to have a retirement home overseas or in a different state or environment than you're used to there as well. Now also we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is to be financially free and savvy. So a lot of you are doing repayment plans, making an impact in debt, whether that's credit card debt or whether that is repayment plans on mortgages, things like that. So I feel like, you know, your goal is to be financially free and very self-sufficient, and I feel like you're working really hard towards that. Nine of Pentacles also tends to tell me that you are disciplined, self-reliant, and, you know, you are acting in some sort of restraint. So it's almost like having the balance of being a little bit frivolous, going out there, being spontaneous, but also, you know, protecting your interests and not overspending or not getting too carried away. So, you know, you're being a little bit sensible as well there with this card. Now, Nine of Pentacles also indicates you're having a glow up, you know, physically having a glow up. So if you have been connecting to a diet or an exercise routine, you will see absolute evidence in February that you are making a difference. But a lot of you, this is about investing in your health and, of course, having more free time for you as well. And I would say there's an energy here of success, achievement of goals. There's something that is ongoing that you're doing that is going to be very successful indeed, but also you may have a fresh new approach or launch a different avenue or branch out in some way to really like double down on it in some way, because you're definitely increasing your wealth or in a position to have more money for you. And I do feel that you have more money this month than you had in previous months as well, is what I see there. Now, the Nine of Pentacles, I would just be a little bit mindful about your successes, because I feel there could be a little bit of jealousy. Okay, so just watch out for that. I mean, with the Hermit energy, I would say keep all your information to yourself. The people who are closest to you will probably know already and celebrate you. But, you know, putting something on social media, for example, unless it's a product or goods or services, you can like shout about what you do and promote your work, of course. But, you know, the financial gains part of it, I would just say, just be a little bit mindful, because I don't see that people are envious to the point where they want you to fail. But sometimes, you know, a negativity could come from them projecting that they wish it was them, and it just puts a different spin on your success. So I would just keep a little bit mindful about your successes and who you share it with at this time. Also, I feel this is having more leisure time, okay? Spending time with friends and family, getting out into nature. And a lot of you may also be isolating yourself in the middle of the month to focus more on, you know, a task or a creative endeavor, something that you don't want to have distractions with. I also see the Nine of Pentacles as you getting a lot of attraction, a lot of attention from people. So turning your heads, you know, being very elegant or fabulous in the way that you carry yourself. This is not a gender specific reading, but it's really about you kind of like empowered and owning your energy. There is a gravitas to you, and you're just going to notice people noticing you this month. Whether you're in a relationship or not, I feel like you're like, yep, I got it, because people are going to be noticing you, okay? Also, I feel like you're in a state of attraction for opportunity as well. And I'm being given an energy with this Nine of Pentacles that you are being very prudent with your finances, because this card here is like they could misstep and fall off a cliff, but this Nine of Pentacles indicates you're being prudent, you're being safe, you know. So I feel like you are opening yourself up to take more risks, but they're calculated risks. It means that you have the safety net of knowing your stuff, having the information, knowing what you're about. Now, we do have the introspection card, so I'd say the end of the month, a lot of you could be investing in new knowledge, because we have the Hierophant there as well as the Nine of Pentacles. So it tells me that you could be investing in a course of learning, or just, you know, learning more about yourself and your capabilities. I feel there's definitely something to celebrate here, but it's ongoing. So it could be a milestone of something that you've been doing and you think, yeah, finally, you can see the results of all your hard work there. I mean, there's more to accomplish, but you do see a measure of success in February there for you. Introspection indicates a deep philosophical kind of wisdom about you, what you want, what you certainly do not want. And this is a card to withdraw, because I do feel it may be a bit of a busy month. You're going to be multitasking, and I feel you could be a little bit exhausted because you're finding the balance between work and play, being a little bit more sociable and keeping up with your tasks and responsibilities. So it could be that if you are out of the loop when it comes to, you know, being so busy, especially socially, because I feel a lot of you are busy, but it could be that now you're adding some social events and invitations to it. It could be that you feel a little bit exhausted there at the end of the month, and you need to replenish your energy. This is a temporary timeout in order to regroup your energy, okay? But also, I feel for some of you, there could be a person that you encounter in the month of February who tries to tell you how it should be, okay? This is someone, it just feels this energy of like someone who feels like they know better when actually they really don't. They could actually highlight that they are not informed in some way, but I feel like you kind of like watch this person and you allow them to kind of like expose themselves rather than take them to task on it, because I feel there's this energy of you not really wanting to invest in arguing with someone who is very foolish, and you cannot have a conversation with that person, okay? So that's coming through there as well. But I feel they'll kind of like look at you like, oh, you knew it all along. So they may feel a little bit foolish, as it were, but, you know, I feel like you are very, how can I put that? You're very generous in your energy. You don't want to point out someone else's flaws, or you don't want to highlight that someone is being foolish. I feel like you'd rather support this person and say, okay, I hear you, I understand, you're being diplomatic, because I feel like you've got to a certain level in your spiritual journey, and it's almost like you allow the universe to expose them, and, you know, the rest is history, shall we say. But I mean, I feel a lot of you, there's something you're wishing for as well that will start to materialize this month, because I'm really being drawn to this image here, and they're showing me a dream catcher in the water. Your dreams are achievable, and you will see that it's almost like if you look back on everything you've been through and you see where you are right now and what is to come, because I feel something comes in the month of February that really highlights that something that it's almost like you couldn't believe it could be achievable, but here you are making it happen, and it's achievable, and you're doing it, and you should give yourself credit for that, okay? But a lot of you may also invest in extra learning, or it could be that you squirrel yourself away in order to learn more about something. It could be something free online that you're learning about. But the Hierophant is the inner teacher. So this is about you kind of realizing who you are, what you want, what really makes you tick, and also what inspires you there as well. And I would say a lot of you have so much knowledge and wisdom that's natural and of course acquired. It can be that you are imparting your wisdom, investing in something. So it could be that you're writing a book, perhaps on something you used to do, or maybe it's something that you used to work at or still work at. It could be that you're utilizing your knowledge to have second streams of income, because that Six of Pentacles can be the balance of splitting your time between two endeavors. So it could be that you're using your wisdom, putting a course of learning online, for example, for people to download, passive income. But ultimately, this card is to have faith, okay? And it can be that some of you, especially since you have the Fool card in the resistance position, I feel like some of you could be working with like a rigid structure right now, or a structure works really well for you. But if you get locked into structure, it can make you feel a little bit stuck in a rut. So you want to keep things fresh by having a little bit of spontaneity, doing something a little bit bold and daring and different, coming out of a comfort zone. I mean, the Tower, two figures take a leap of faith out of the Tower, and the Fool card is literally the leap of faith, okay? So I feel this will inform you that sometimes if you feel the fear and do it anyway, have faith, you know, you'll make great things happen. Your two end cards are the Ten of Pentacles and the Empress, which means something you've been working on is going to really bear fruit. You're in a really great position. Also, I feel like your family and friends will celebrate you. For some of you, this is launching a business, or it could be, you know, some sort of personal project that you have conquered in some way. And for some of you, it could be there's a new addition in the family. If you're not pregnant yourself, you could hear of a new baby entering into the scene, a wonderful new soul who is really going to make a difference in this wonderful world. And of course, if you are pregnant, this could be that, you know, you are making sure that you temperate your pace or moderate your emotions, because I feel this is about just knowing in the practical sense of what is to occur, you having everything around you that you need. And of course, you have a very strong practitioner or someone who's in charge. This could be like a midwife, or someone who's going to help you birth the baby, for example. They're very knowledgeable. They have a lot of wisdom. You feel safe and secure in their directions and how they're helping you through this birth there as well. So the Empress energy could be birthing a child, literally. If that's you, congratulations, okay? But also it could be birthing new ideas. So I definitely see a highly creative and productive time for you, but also a lot of you are paying more attention to your beauty routines this month. And my readings are not really about aesthetics, but I feel there's definitely a glow up happening here for you, whether you're male or female. You know, this is not a gender specific reading. This is an energy that indicates that you are investing in yourself, and you're seeing the results of you kind of like giving yourself a little bit of extra attention. Also, the Empress energy indicates more time in nature, more time connected to, you know, the environment and to your body's needs, nurturing yourself in a different way. You know, you are someone who is beautiful and kind. You have a loving heart. You actually offer unconditional love to the people who are your nearest and dearest, the people who are in the inner circle, shall we say. Anyone outside, of course, you're very generous as well, but they don't get the treatment that the people who are in the inner circle get. You give your all, okay? But I feel part of this month is also about giving back to yourself, okay? Splitting your time between helping others and helping yourself there as well. And yeah, very creative time, very abundant time, and just falling in love with your life again, okay? I mean, this card can be all about bounty. It's about your investment into whatever it is that you are focused on. So that Six of Pentacles is like a cause and effect card. Everything you put your time, attention, and focus onto nurturing, it will start to grow and you'll see the results in that area. The Ten of Pentacles is that result. It means investment coming back to you. It also means that, you know, you are abundant, you're attracting more financial wealth, but also things are happening for your highest good, and you're going to see, you know, really great conditions for whatever it is that you want to create that is solid and true in your life. You know, this is a card of breaking down anything that is not solid and true. And this is a card of being left with what is solid, true, and loyal to you and to your progress as a human. So a lot of you family related responsibilities. Some of you are going to learn some really interesting things about your family unit as well. Something that may surprise you, but also this is a card of continuity. Whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it, because you're working towards something that is really wonderful for you. It really will benefit you. This indicates you're stable. This can also indicate, you know, links to the community. So you may involve yourself a little bit more in the community. There may be actually an older lady who, she's more mature, this energy that it's coming through. She actually may have some wisdom for you, or may be beneficial to you. I feel it's their story. There's an energy about their story. Something in their story that they impart as wisdom to you makes you really think about your own life and how you could be leading it differently, or how you could take like a page out of their book in how to govern your life as well. So I feel someone, you know, they really just tell you about their story and their experience, and you're like, wow, that's pretty intense. And it starts you setting off your thoughts about your own life and how you can have more, or how you can be bold and daring, or do something that will benefit you long term as well. Now, of course, this card, it can indicate a lot of you are making some changes in the home space, okay? Creating sanctuary, decluttering, detoxifying, body, mind, and soul as well. Remember, you know, your home is actually your body as well. So this is the place that you dwell in, and it could be that you're decluttering your thoughts, you're learning more about yourself, what you're capable of, but also I feel it's an energy of domestic security, traditions, keeping on top of like cleaning as well, that sort of thing. I feel a lot of you are just investing in self and getting out into nature more. I'm just going to go and get some final cards before I close your reading. These could be advice cards or anything that's missing from the reading there. We've got yoga. We've got dice. I did mention some of you are thinking about taking more risks or gamble there. It's going to pay off, but it's like an informed decision that you're making there. We've got yoga. So this is highlighting that your body is your temple, and that you're managing stress levels, trying to keep this level of stillness so that you can connect to your higher self and have lots of wisdom and downloads coming towards you. I feel this is a month where you just know. Okay, you can have psychic flashes of wisdom, a knowingness about things, being very instinctive. Pay close attention to that. It says contemplation, deep breath, being centered, going within. Definitely with the end cards there. You know, taking time to relax, taking a break, the inner child, healing, meditating, time alone, balancing your chakras, reflection, wellness, and rest. I mean, some of you may even book a spiritual retreat or be searching online to find the perfect one for you. Doesn't have to be connected to yoga, but I feel a lot of you, this is about feeling comfortable in your own skin, maybe stretching, or maybe kind of like doing something in your body that really grounds you if you felt a little bit out of alignment for a little while. Also, we've got dice, which is about taking a calculated risk, leaving something up to chance. But what I love about it is that we've got dice, which is, you know, something that could be risky, but we also have the wheel of karma, which is the equivalent of the wheel of fortune. So the universe is supporting your endeavors. But it says here, rolling with it, chances are in your favor, random results on something, win or lose, you're going to go for something, but you're going to see that you win. We've got, you know, playing a game. I mean, for some of you, it could be a games night as well that you're invited to, or it could be that you are involved in like, you know, some sort of competition. We've got fate, what happens next, taking a risk, luck, gamble. Okay, I feel luck is on your side, But I also feel like some of you are coming out of a comfort zone, launching something or trying something new that maybe you feel is risky, but actually I feel some of you may wish you had done it sooner, okay? Now we've also got the Wheel of Karma. It says Karma, Dharma, destined, inevitable, cause and effect. I did mention this kind of energy of like cause and effect going on in your February month. We've got divine intervention, cycles, luck, fortune, rise and fall in circumstances, consequences, divine will, and it says there blind justice. Interesting that the Fool card is blind. Now you didn't get the Justice card, but I feel this is like blind faith. Things working out in your favor, just knowing that, you know, the universe has got your back. And of course, it's number 8, which is the card of strength, but it's also the number of the self. So this is about believing in yourself, backing yourself, and realizing that you are enough to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Thoughts become things, and you're deeply reflective. You know, this is your high energy. As an outcome, these are very sort of cerebral energies connected to the ether, okay? Downloads, knowledge, as above, so below. And these are very earthly cards, which are on the earthly plane. 10 of Pentacles, very grounded. Empress energy, you know, really rooted in that base energy of creativity, of, you know, materialization and flourishing and things, you know, working out in your favor. So I would say this is a great month to get things done, but also to give a little bit back to yourself as well. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Oh, got quite a lot here. So we got a cat in the hat. Okay, so this can be you being more independent. As I said, some of you could be going off doing your own thing, creating your own business, being creative there, but also this is a very fancy cat in a hat. So some of you could, you know, make new additions to your wardrobe, or there could be an element of dress up in the month of February. Perhaps you're going to an event where you dress up for it. I mean, there's also some playing cards in the cat's hat. Some of you could actually have like a tarot reading booked for the month of February. I would say there's a lot of good stuff in that reading. Okay, and pay close attention, especially to the financial part of it, because I feel there's a big message there in that reading for you. We've also got the mushroom. So some of you may have felt that you've been going through some dark times, but this is where there has been infinite growth. And of course, mushrooms can also highlight that you're looking at toxicity, detoxifying, making sure you pay more attention to your health or your environment so that you can eradicate anything that is negative there as well. Also, there may be some vitamins in mushrooms that you are needing right now or utilizing right now. It could be that you discover like lion's mane, for example, or something that really helps you with, you know, mindfulness in some way, especially with the World card in the resistance position. You may have felt that your hormones have been fluctuating recently, or you may have felt there's a deficiency there, and you could find it in mushrooms, or perhaps you just discover it in an elixir, and maybe mushrooms are involved in that as well. I'm not sure, but please take it as it resonates. I mean, we've got the ship as well as a trinket, which means you're focused on your journey. You're making progress. There is improvements there, but also, you know, if you think about the nature of a boat, sometimes the winds change and we just got to adjust ourselves. And I feel there that you are in a period of flexibility, because you realize right from the very beginning of this reading that the one constant in this lifetime is change. And you are here with a natural ability to adjust your sails, to be flexible. And finally, we got the angel wings. Also remember that you're protected and you're guided, and anything that disappoints you or you have to adapt to or you feel is a rejection, it means it's a silver lining. It means you're being protected and redirected towards something greater, okay? So you may even see angel wings a lot as a sign or symbol, maybe even sailboats or mushrooms, maybe even a cat in a hat, perhaps. But, you know, whatever it is, I feel these signs and symbols, they may mean absolutely nothing right now, but they are signposts towards greater prosperity and deeper self-awareness. And that's one of the challenges of life, to know ourselves better, to, you know, erect healthier boundaries, but also to know what we want and what we don't want, and to stick to those decisions and not be influenced by other people. Of course, we can be flexible or we can compromise, but you know, if it doesn't feel right for you, you don't have to go along with it. And it's about standing in that empowerment. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. I just want to mention before I leave your reading that I feel this month is more about maintaining the status quo, focusing on your budgets and your finances and things like that, being more self-aware, connecting to your higher wisdom. But also I do see that there is a very important call or message or important piece of information that comes into you, and it's something you will celebrate. There is a celebration here. I want you to be aware of it. And it could be around about the 3rd week of February, okay? Now, if you'd like to enter a competition to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is envisage the world in a golden healing light. And when you've done that, please, that's all I ask of you, because collectively, if we do it together, we can make a difference and transform energy. We are all energy. But after you've done that, please, in the comments box below, just put an emoji of a world and a heart. And if you don't have access to emojis, of course, I will accept world and heart in written form there. So just write it down as words, and everybody will be entered into a competition, and I'll announce the winner at some point in February when my guides give me that nudge too, okay? So thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.